Well, I know it's only 2 days in, and you guys are still kind of acclimating, but just your thoughts on the first couple of days of spring ball.
Yeah, I thought I love the energy, love the effort of the guys. That's obviously a huge focus for everything we're doing. But thought offense won today on Saturday. I thought defense won today. Obviously, I'll go back and watch the film just to see it for sure. But this installation is continuing, so that's always a challenge. You're not trying to worry so much about, how it looks in regards to the matchup of the O versus the D. Sometimes it's about, okay, we're on a new scheme for this day. You want to make sure you teach off of that. So I've been doing that obviously both days. We had new things today and both sides of the ball. So, but just got a lot of new faces out there, and I like what I'm seeing. But we got a lot of work to do.
When you talk about new faces, how are your new staff members kind of getting into the flow of practice?
Yeah, you're right. That's a new part too. And you try and get personalities and how you kind of coach and practice. And some of these guys, you hire guys if you haven't worked with them, you have never seen them in that setting, So, but we got a lot of great teachers, what I'm seeing, and I think that's really, really critical to be able to build our team and just keep getting better. And that's number one goal is improve our technique and fundamentals, especially up front and in all areas. But I think I like the staff continuity we have. I think we have a really good chemistry, which is obviously a huge part of it, but that'll just keep growing too.
How have you seen the players kind of react to that coaching so far?
Yeah, I think even if you see out there today, with Matt here, calling the defense and being in that role. I love his energy. He's an extremely high attention to detail guy. He's going to make our whole secondary better. I already feel like we're making progress in that area. I just really love what he brings energy-wise. And then on offense, I just think that up front, I like what I'm seeing. Just the work that Coach Bostad's already doing. It's obviously got a lot more work ahead of us, but I like the start.
What's different about evaluating quarterback when you basically have nothing but young guys there? There's not a lot of reps. There's not one veteran back there, even a walk-on. Really, just what's different about maybe going through that position through this.
Yeah, I think it makes it a very open evaluation process. Kind of a clean slate of everybody, and I like it from the standpoint of it. You just kind of get to see who's going to rise up. And it's going to be a daily thing now. That's a tough position. Especially when you're installing things and the defense is just doing their installation as well. So there's not like specific game plan adjustments or things. You're just reacting to what they do, and sometimes it's defense can make a mistake and make it all look even way different than they're even supposed to. But I think what happens with that is you get to see who the natural leaders are. You get to kind of see who just has that instinctive and the ability to just create and make plays. And so that's why we get into team settings. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Obviously they're going to make their reads and progressions, and we're going to be tough on them because we want them to learn how to handle the pressure that they're going to be under. But I think because of the rawness of everything and the newness for those guys, you just get a chance to see who are they innately when the bullets are flying and when it's team periods, because that to me is when it matters.
On the offensive line, you mentioned improvement. What things are you looking at that are improved? Is it, winning some one-on-one battles? Is it the physicality of practice? What do you see that's improved up front?
The toughness piece is big, so we really emphasize on that. We're talking about building our toughness. It's one of our goals for the spring with our guys, and challenging that toughness is our one word for the whole year. Just the one-on-ones, we're going to do more competitive. We call it competitive individual period. Okay, we've added that component to our practice every single day. We're going to do it all 15 days to be able to develop that toughness with our guys, and the one-on-one matchups, the combinations, working together, working the second level blocks to me is going to be a big emphasis. But it's just finishing those blocks, and sometimes you got to win it one-on-one, and we're doing more, opportunities to create that on offensive line, and then it's just drill work and drill work and drill work, build that toughness, build that technique, and just get better every single day.
Coach, how's Dexter Williams' rehab process going? See him out there kind of standing with the quarterbacks?
So he's kind of in coach mode right now. He's not cleared to do anything in that regard on the field yet. So definitely because it's such a late injury in the season and the severity of it. So which is what we expected. He's really pretty much where he's supposed to be. He's doing everything he can be doing right now, and which is awesome. And but yeah, it's a long road for him for sure, but the good news is he's on schedule.
Who else is kind of like limited injury-wise right now?
Yeah, so you got Cam Camper is another one that's going through the process. He's not quite as far along as Matt Bedford is. Matt's actually able to be out there and do some things a little bit. They're working with our training staff on a daily basis, so they're still moving. So both those guys are doing those kind of things. And then James Bomba as well had a surgery this offseason, so he's not out there yet. But those would be the top three guys, and just working through it. Matt Holt's wearing a blue jersey, so he'll never go live this spring. He had a postseason surgery, but he's able to do all the reps and everything physically. So, but I would say that all those guys are on schedule, and we expect them to all be back. Dexter's the only one that's not scheduled to be back for game one.
Coach,
You've got Brendan Thorsby here, but you've got Taven's new and Brock's new. What do you see? What would you tell fans about their physical skill sets now that you see them close up?
Well, I would say, the thing about Brendan, even though he, is in his second season, he was not here last spring, so it's his first spring with us. So that's a big difference. He's bigger. He's got a live arm. He can throw it and run it. I love that component here. And I think kind of the same with Taven. Similar build in terms of not quite as heavy as Brendan, but live arm. Both of those two guys have a really strong arm. And I think just the ability to run it for all three of them is one of their strengths without question. And I think that it's sometimes hard to tell right now because there's so much going on. But when you just see them isolate and make the throws, those two older guys have really, really strong arms. And Brock to me is he's just a winner. I mean, he's just tough, gritty. He makes really good decisions already, even though he's very young. He's obviously the youngest of the crew. His first college opportunity, of his life this spring, coming right out of high school. But you can see the natural leadership piece, the toughness. It actually showed up in the weight room. Our strength staff noticed him right away. A lot of comments about that. He's really. I think he's going to have a chance to be a really special player because of his mindset. But obviously he's very, very young, So all three of them have the ability to run and throw. And I think all three guys have really strong leadership as well.
Coach, obviously today, pro day for
Yeah.
several former players. Just the importance, obviously, for those guys and for the program, getting all these scouts here, all these teams here to watch them and hopefully put on a good show.
Yeah, I tell you, it was we had our season-ending award ceremony last night. We've modified that with the whole schedule now with the December signing. We used to do it right then, but now we can't. So it's been a good time to bring those guys back because they all come back for their pro day. Had some time with these guys last night, the senior class, and then they're all here today for their pro day. So just a special group of guys. A lot of those guys that played a ton of football for us, been a part of some great, great seasons here during their time, and you just want to see them be at their best, And so very important. I have all the scouts here watching them, evaluating them. Obviously, Cam was at the combine, and he'll be doing some things today as well. And so, but the whole crew is just it's fun. I've been looking forward to this day for a while, just because it's their chance to showcase what they've been working so hard for, and get a chance to be able to take that next step in their dream of pursuing the NFL.
Coach, one newcomer I kind of noticed, Jacob Mangum Farrar, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Tall guy, looks like he could maybe do a little bit of edge, come off the edge for you guys. Is that something you're thinking about with him?
Well, he's 6'4", 240, and very, very bright. Graduate from Stanford, and very, very versatile. Yes, I think he's a lot of things he can do for us from a package perspective. Gives us a lot of flexibility with that, and I expect to use him in those ways, in both as a traditional inside linebacker and also as an edge guy. So I think he's going to be a big part of our defense, and I'm really excited about it.
Kind of with those guys that have come in here just in the winter, what stuck out about those guys as they kind of transitioned to the program?
I'll tell you, the thing that's really been a pleasant surprise, you just don't know, is how well do they fit with you. You want them to, you do it with that purpose, but until you get them here, you don't really know, especially the ones that we didn't know quite as well. But the buy-in to our program, to who we are as a culture, has been at a very high level. A lot of those guys have already, we had a couple of them even selected to the Leadership Council, which is amazing to happen in such a short amount of time, but the players are the ones that picked them, and then we as coaches, and strength staff as well, have their vote also. But so to me, it's about finding guys that want to be in this opportunity, and they're going to take full advantage of it. So the D line is full of them. We got 4 guys there that I think all have a chance to really make a difference on their team, and already mentioned Jacob, and we got several guys in the secondary as well. So and then on offense, I love the additions in the skill positions, and so to me, it's just important guys. They're not young, they're older. We expect to come in here and compete to play, and I think that's what they're going to do. So I love the way they bought in. Their work ethic's been tremendous, and they're definitely proving that we picked the right ones. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.